Hello there, world of tankers. I'm Tanks Blitz, and today we're going to be talking about the Vickers Light. Now, this is a Tier 10 British light tank. I'm not sure if it's going to be a premium or a collector, but it is currently undergoing super testing. And today, in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything I do know about this tank with the statistics, how I feel it's going to play, armor profile, everything like that. So make sure to stay tuned, because you're going to find out all you need to know. But I do want to clarify, as I said before, this tank is in super testing, so all the statistics I am going to tell you today could be subject to change in the future, judging to how the tank performs in battle. Normally when I make a video on a super testing tank, I'll try and compare another vehicle to it that's similar, just so you get a stance on how it's going to play when it comes out. However, because the Vickers Light is such a unique tank in its own way, I can't really compare anything else, so I'm just going to be talking about the statistics posted in it. When looking at the statistics of this tank, the first thing that I really noticed was that it has 3,416 damage per minute, which is just a crazy amount. Not to mention, it has good penetration, 245 in the standard, and it has decent alpha as well at 350. The heat rounds, you're going to be dealing 290 millimeters of penetration. You load calibrate, it's going to go all the way up to 319, which means that you're pretty much going to be able to penetrate any tough targets like an E100's turret, Jagdpanzer, or superstructure, easily going to be going through with calibrated on. And not to mention, this tank carries Hess shells, which is going to give it 4,295 damage per minute, and 105 millimeters of penetration is going to make it so that you can penetrate pretty much the sides of most mediums, some of the lightly armored heavies like the AMXs. You can literally deal 440 damage per shot with that, and that is crazy, and that's one of the main reasons why a tank is so powerful in the British country. Moving down to the gun handling statistics on this tank, it has a base aiming time of 1.54 seconds, and when you pair that with the dispersion value of 0.308, it is one of the most accurate guns on the battlefield. As well, with a shell velocity of 1,478, you really won't have to lead any of the shots in this tank. Even against some of the fastest opponents at full speed, it's still easily going to glide through the air into their tanks. The tank also comes with 10 degrees of gun depression, which is going to make it flexible on pretty much any terrain you do get stuck on, especially because that aiming time is so good and the accuracy is so nice on this tank, you're easily going to be able to pull up, snap your shells, and back up. Looking at the mobility of this tank, as it only weighs 32.26 tons, it can go a top speed of 65 kilometers per hour and go reverse at 23. With the effective power to weight ratio of 30.69, the tank is actually very, very quick on pretty much all terrain you do get stuck on, and because the terrain resistance isn't too bad on this tank, it's not going to be that bad on any hilly terrain that you do get stuck on as well. Traverse speed at 68.04 isn't too shabby either. You're easily going to be able to turn the turret and snap those shots with that extremely dead-eye accurate gun. And the last thing on this tank is actually the concealment. And while this tank is, as you can see, a very big, boxy vehicle, it still has the best concealment ratio out of the other two light tanks in the game at 34%, which means that you are easily going to be able to run around the map, even shoot at some people, and still not get detected, where you might be in a Sheridan and a Batchat. When looking at the armor profile of this tank, you can see it does not look that hard to penetrate. With 218 millimeters on the upper plate, yes, that is pretty thick, but most tier 10s are easily going to be able to penetrate that. As well, 89 millimeters on the lower plate isn't really going to be bouncing anything. In fact, any 152 millimeter plus can easily shoot high explosive into the lower plate of this tank. The side armor, only 51 millimeters thick, is weak enough to where you can shoot any 122's high explosive in the side. You can also easily overmatch it with any 152, even at a very steep angle like this. So it's not a very hard tank to penetrate. You can see the turret only 90 millimeters thick, although I will say that's definitely a lot thicker than I thought it would be, because you're not going to be able to shoot any 122 into the side of the turret. As well, the rear, 35 millimeters thick, yeah, you're not really going to be bouncing anything with that. However, as I said, the frontal armor on this tank dead on is 216. And while that's not going to bounce much just aiming dead on, if you use that gun depression, that's going up to 310, 311 millimeters thick. There's no way you're going to be able to penetrate that upper plate. And you might think, well, I can load heat, but you have to remember that heat doesn't get shell normalization. So the upper plate armor is really about 333 effective, which means it's going to take a lot of heat penetration to really get through this tank. And as well, very troll gun mantlet, about 310 millimeters thick. I've gone up against these with some super testers. If you use gun depression, this is one of the toughest tanks to fight on the battlefield. Now, of course, it does have some weak cheeks on the turret that you can easily penetrate, but it is a very troll tank to come up against. My opinion on the tank is it's going to be way too overpowered in the current state of it. There is no way I see Wargaming releasing the tank with all the statistics the way they are written. If they do, I would definitely suggest buy this tank the moment it comes out, because there's no way you can give a light tank really strong armor, a strong turret, ridiculous damage per minute, amazing accuracy, great penetration, Hess shells, amazing mobility, the best camouflage rating in tier 10 currently. It also has amazing view range, the best view range at tier 10. It is ridiculous how good every single statistic in this tank is. It's got that amazing shell velocity. It's got that gun depression. It can work every single ridgeline, run across the map. It can use its gun very accurately on the move. And you look at every statistic, and there's not one downside to this tank, not even the armor, which is crazy because it's a lightly armored tank. It only weighs 32 tons, but yet its upper plate is more like a T92 with the American tank. So I'm not sure what's up with Wargaming making the most recent light tank so hard to penetrate. But if Wargaming releases this tank in the way it currently is, it will be the most overpowered tank, in my opinion, to come into the matchmaker. So there's no way I can see them actually doing this. I think they just made it really strong to see where its downsides are, where it does really well, so they know what to nerf on the tank, what to keep on it, and to see what to do. I'm about an hour and a half into this video, almost finished uploading, almost done with the editing and revisions and everything like that, and then I noticed, wait a second, I thought this was going to be a tech tree tank. So I go into Wargaming North America's Discord server, go into news, and they have a picture of the Vickers Light with two other tanks being the tier 8 and the tier 9. So I had a massive facepalm, and then I realized, well, I'm going to have to add a clip telling you guys about the other two tanks. So I'm going to just make sure that I let you guys know now that it is 100% going to be a tech tree vehicle. And the tier 9 is going to be called the Vickers Cruiser. It looks very similar to the tier 10. Actually looks very nice on the armor profile. Once again, almost like a tier 9 Chaffee almost look, like a Bulldog. And then the tier 8 as well, kind of a smaller, slimmed down version of the tier 9 and 10, the FV301. They all look very nice tanks, so I'm going to have to see the statistics of the other two later, of course, because Wargaming hasn't posted any of the statistics yet, or blitzing, or anything like that. But as soon as the statistics and armor profile are made for those two other tanks, I'll make sure to let you guys know everything I do know about them. But overall, I'm actually very excited for this line because the British tanks have been receiving quite a bit of love lately. There's been quite a bit of British premiums with the Carnarvon Action 10. The Super Conqueror is going to be coming out. You've got the Mark 1 Defender, and then we had the FE 4005 line come out. So I'm happy Wargaming is bringing some light to the British lines because they haven't been touched in so long, and the British Lights is really cool. The only thing that I really am questioning Wargaming about is why didn't they just bring the tier 10 light tanks from World of Tanks PC into World of Tanks Blitz, because there is already a light tank line on World of Tanks PC. The tier 10 is called the Manticore, which is actually a pretty sweet name, and I'm not sure why they didn't just bring that tank and bring it into Blitz, because I feel it actually would have been a really nice, cool looking tank in the game. A lot of people would have gone for it. It has a 400 average damage gun in World of Tanks PC, so I'm not sure why World of Tanks Blitz didn't think, hey, maybe we could add that tank into the game, but I'm still happy with what they're doing. The tank looks very nice, very cool, and it's going to be very fun to play. So I hope you guys are all stoked as much as I am for this tank. Hopefully it's not going to be ridiculously broken when it does come out, because as you saw, those statistics look just a little bit too strong as it currently is. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I want to thank all of you for reaching me to 6,000 subscribers. I was going to make like a little celebratory video, have a giveaway or something like that, but I really didn't have enough time because I was so busy. I had to pump out videos, and then I had to deal with all the work issues right now, and my Starbucks just got closed indefinitely. So that's not very good due to the coronavirus or anything like that. So I hope all of you guys are safe out there. But right now my channel has been growing really, really quick. It's already at 6.4 thousand. So I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time to make a congratulations to 6,000 thing. I might just have to wait until I reach 7,000 or something like that and have a pre-recorded video made for you guys. But I want to thank all of you for the support you've really given this channel. The patrons as well, you guys really help out a lot, especially because Wargaming hasn't given me CC yet. I can't really afford half the time to buy a $500 tank in crates to make a video on it, so you patrons really help because I try not to use any of my actual money other than YouTube and patron money on this game. But I do have some good news. Wargaming might possibly be getting me contributor. Now don't quote me on that, don't say anything about it because I doubt it will happen, but there is the possibility that I could be getting one. But I want to thank all of you guys for watching this video till the end. If you have stuck this far and you're not subscribed already, please make sure to do so. At least if you did enjoy this. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button down below. If you didn't, hit that down vote button. You know what to tell me in the comments down below. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.